Of an Ostez gift card.
You have been putting a lot of balls in the water.
Not after my custom fitting. I'm smashing everything.
You could do that with a monster truck.
Stop Osted's Fault for Father's Day.
The Osted family would really appreciate it.
Hi, my name is Molly Party. I'm a realtor with MP Dodge Real Estate. I'm a newly licensed agent and considered numerous brokerages before deciding on MP Dodge. I chose the company that gives me the most support in my new career, plus guidance and encouragement along the way. MP Dodge has a unique mentoring program for new agents. It's helped jumpstart my career and has a supportive management team and administrative staff. So if you're contemplating a career in real estate, look no further than MP Dodge. It will be the best decision you make.
By now, most of you know how important the Honda of Lincoln sales and service team are to the Lincoln market. Hello, Charlie Stone here, and joining me is Andy Goodyear from Honda of Lincoln to tell you about the great news they just received. Andy, please tell us all about it.
Each year, the Lincoln Journal-Star has an award program called the Lincoln Choice Award, where the customers in Lincoln get to choose the best places to do business. Great pleasure I get to announce that Honda of Lincoln has won the award for buying new cars, used cars, automotive repair, and even oil changes.
That is amazing, Andy. Any more good news?
Yes, there is, Charlie. We now have more than 100 new Hondas in stock, with hundreds on the way, and a huge selection of all makes and models on our pre-owned lot.
Incredible. Maybe it's time you come experience the Honda of Lincoln way of doing business. 27th and Yankee Hill Road, or online at hondaoflincoln.com.
The 31st Annual Testicle Festival, Saturday, June 15th at Round the Bend Steakhouse, just off I-80, exit 426. Swing out 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. for music, fireworks, and, of course, nuts. Visit roundthebendsteakhouse.com for more.
Load up on meat and more this summer at the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese at 84th and Haviland. This week's special through June 11th is buy 3 ribeyes, get 1 ribeye free. Also, $1 off all brands of crackers. Locations at 84th and Havelock and 30th and Yankee Hill in Lincoln, or 168th and Maple in Omaha. Get to the Mercado today for the best meat in town. For over 15 years, Integrated Life Choices has empowered individuals with disabilities in Lincoln and throughout Nebraska. They provide comprehensive services from group homes and independent living services to job training, ensuring fulfilling lives for those that they serve. Now, they're inviting you to join their mission. If you're passionate about making a difference in the lives of people with developmental disabilities, explore rewarding career opportunities with them. Learn more about their services and apply today at www.ilc.net. Be a part of Integrated Life Choices, where your work truly changes lives. You don't think about your roof very often, but you should never take it for granted. Roofing Service Company takes every measure to provide you with the highest quality roofing solution. Whether it's a new roof installation, roof repair, or a re-roofing project, their overall goal is to provide you with a pleasant experience and a long-lasting roof. If you have a need for siding or gutters, they're your place too. Visit roofingservicecompany.com for more info today.
Keep summer green with Judson Baleen and Judson Irrigation. More than 40 years ago, Judson Irrigation started taking in orphans. Lawn sprinkler systems installed by a quickie, cheapy summer job, install 'em and forget 'em outfit, long forgotten. Call Judson Irrigation. They'll never forget you.
Keep summer green. Call Judson Irrigation 402-420-6277 or judsonirrigation.com.
93.7 The Ticket is proud to provide listeners with daily opportunities to win contests and prizes on our airwaves, and would like to take this opportunity to remind you of a couple rules. All participants must be 21 or older and must wait 30 days after winning a prize before participating in another contest. Once you win, you have 30 days to pick up your prize at the K&TK Studios, 1040 O Street in Lincoln, or your prize will be forfeit. Thank you for participating in our contest, and thank you for listening to 93.7 The Ticket.
Empower a child today with the Teammates Mentoring Program. Hope is only a conversation away when you choose to share your talent, time, and heart with a child. Together, you can build a relationship based on strengths and chart a brighter future, 1 week at a time. Find out how you can be a mentor by visiting LincolnTeammates.org. Become what you needed as a kid by joining the Teammates Mentoring Program today.
Constructors is now hiring for all positions, with laborers starting at $23 and up based on experience. Constructors has immediate job openings for laborers, mechanics, bridge builders, operators, and drivers. Start your new career today. Constructors offers great pay, health, dental, and vision insurance, paid time off, paid holidays, and so much more. Join the crew today and be a part of Nebraska's oldest paving company dating back to 1908. For a complete list of openings and to apply online, visit constructorslincoln.com.
Network Partners in Lincoln reminds us throughout the history of our country, our armed forces have risked their lives to protect our freedom. They and their families have sacrificed so we can live in peace, and not just us, but our children and grandchildren as well. Let's thank our troops and veterans and keep them in our prayers. May our troops be safe and may God bless America. This from Network Partners in Lincoln. We live in the land of the free, thanks to the brave.
Live from the heart of Lincoln, America. Welcome to Ticket Weeknights on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, welcome back into Tick Weeknights. Once again, Harrison runs on the ones and twos. We still got the College World Series on the airwaves. Currently, we got Kentucky and Texas A&M. Texas A&M is unfortunately leading for all of you guys out there that have any sort of buy-in for this one. Florida still alive as well, the team that knocked out Nebraska. As that continues on, the ticket will be out there again Wednesday for the College World Series. Definitely check it out. Blur events, always a great time. But like I said, this is What's Brewing with Chancellor Brewington. We got the host to my left. And since we got the World Series on the airwaves, join these streams. That's Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, and Allo Channel 961. Always a great way to put a face to the voice. But let's bring him in. Chancellor Brewington, how's it going on this Monday night, man?
It's going great. It's going great. I'm glad to be in the studio always. 11th and O Street on a Monday night, 9 p.m. It's going to be a great show. I guess we'll start off with quarter century wisdom. I guess today's not really wisdom. I guess it's more so just like a sense of gratitude.
I could use that on a Monday. Mondays usually hit pretty hard.
Yeah, I'm just thankful. I'm just thankful to my creator for just allowing me to be in this space that and what's interesting is he's been able to like reveal like what he wants me to do on this show specifically. And it's been cool to see it, to be living in it, and then able to just affect one soul. Think about that. Just affect one soul. If you affect one soul, that soul could affect 30 people, and one of those 30 people could affect 1 million people.
Mm-hmm.
So just being able to speak to one person's soul, and I'm just so grateful for the opportunity, and I'm thankful, Harrison, for where God's gonna take me. And I feel like now we gotta start reframing how we think about some things, and what I may say when I say some things, I just mean the things to come. We have to really look at them like they already happened, like they're already there. You know what I'm saying? That the work is already finished, and that God not gonna leave you high and dry, and that there's things that He has for you, and He has already completed in your life. No matter what it may look like in the current situation, if it ain't good, it ain't done yet. So remember that, and that He takes care of His children, and that the way to get into His family is by the blood of Jesus. And that is not a religious statement. I just say that as a truth in my life, and I'm just so thankful for that. And I'm just thankful for the show, and I never take it lightly. So I guess I'm just thankful. That's the mood right now. I'm just thankful.
Yeah, that's a good way to be, especially because I always say it on Mondays. I got to do that. What was that 10-day challenge you did?
Yeah, the positivity mental 10-day challenge.
Yeah, like Mondays are a good day to start that off.
Yeah,
I got to rewire a little bit,
right.
Lock in here, because it's still definitely one of the cooler spots I've ever got to work at downtown Lincoln. Got the nice window view. There's not a lot of things to complain about on Mondays. You typically try to find them, but you mentioned something What is this version of Chancellor Brewington that you're trying to do with this show right now?
Yeah.
Because, I've listened, I've, produced long enough. I know your goal is not to evangelize the town of Lincoln, Nebraska. I know you're not trying to convert everybody.
Right.
But instead, you are sending us a message. What is it that you feel like you're being called to do? Not right now, not forever, but right now.
Right now, on this show, I just want to have a positive impact, and I want to be intentional with my time. Yeah, we talk about sports, but that's why I open up the show with the kind of some heavier things sometimes. The quarter century wisdom. Really, sometimes it's just an opportunity to send a message out to that just one person. If we can just get it to one person, we win.
Yeah,
we won. If we get to two, oh, praise God, we won again. You know what I'm saying?
Well, that ripple effect, like you mentioned, like you just you have no idea.
Exactly. And nobody's Bible beating. We don't got the Bible here. We not opening up scripture. No, we're not doing that. All we're doing is we're just helping people think positively. We help people change the way they think and just restructure, try to help people restructure their lives. And just help people just to move forward. Because in this world, we don't got a lot of messages pushing us forward. We don't have a lot of people telling us that it's going to be good, that it's going to be all right. But I think that's my job is for me to be here and to be able to tell people that are listening it's going to be all right. And we've already received some stuff where people have been like, yeah, I appreciate that, this, and this, with some positive feedback. And that just keep me going. So when y'all text in, when y'all chime in, when y'all chat in, message in, and say, oh, this helped me, or this whatever, and add in a different perspective, that's what we like to hear, because then we know that we're doing our job. So I guess that's a long-winded answer, but I would just say and that's very broad. I could go a little bit deeper, but I'm not going to. I would just say up to positively affect the viewers that listen to this, because this platform, if we steward this platform well, we get a larger one.
Yeah.
So if we do a good job here, we get a larger one. We could do a good job at the next one, we get a larger one. And so it's looking hindsight. It's looking at things backwards. That's why that's something interesting. So that's why I've been trying to practice is, obviously I read books, but to look at your life as a book, right? And to look at your life as a book, the book's already completed.
Yeah.
Right. So every page is already written, right? And so to think like a bad day probably wouldn't go in your book, depending on how bad the day is, right? If you
Unless
just have
something,
catastrophic
where that shifts you into the good days.
Exactly. There's a lot of times, like, I always go through my days and say, is this a life-changing moment that would be in my book? Like, is this one of those times where is this going to be in the book of chance? Probably not. So why am I worried about it? Why am I worried about it? But this is the awesome part. We get to those positive moments where, man, this was a defining moment. And then you look like, this is probably like 3 or 4 pages in my book, like a moment like that. And then you kind of get like grateful and you're like, wow, like, man, these are the moments I live for. And just being on the show, this is definitely a chapter. This is definitely a chapter, and there'll be another one. But yeah, just looking at your life as a book and knowing it's already completed, first off, and then just being able to say, okay, is this truly important? Will this stand the tell of time? Will this be a whole page on my book? Probably not. So why are we worried about it?
It's a good way to look at it, though.
Yeah,
because I hope when it's all said and done and it hits the shelves, it's a good book and people actually want to read it.
Oh yeah,
if it's one of those things where it's like, man, the first, just use my age. If we're gonna go every year as a chapter, I'd hate for them to read the first 25 chapters and be like, man, this guy, does not get it at all right now.
I always wonder, what do you think? Okay, let me ask you this: out of, let's say you have 25 chapters in your book right now, what one is the longest? What one has the most meat to it?
I'll combine two things. It felt like for a long time I had that dog where it's just like, give me the work. Like I'll do some blue collar, even confused dog. We'll just call it the confused dog.
A stray dog.
Got that dog in him, but man, he's confused as hell. He don't know what he's even barking at half the time.
Yeah.
I'd say that's the biggest, because I was doing a lot of work. I always shout out to my dad Father's Day. It wasn't too long ago.
Oh yeah,
so,
shout out to the dads. We didn't have Father's Day show, so shout out to the dads.
yeah. So the one thing my parents taught very well was like hard work and accountability.
Right.
Like if you're going to be great at anything, it's going to be hard work and it's going to be accountability. Like you might be able to get away with that for like 5 years, but 10 years, maybe even 20, sooner or later, it's going to catch up. Maybe it doesn't ever catch up with you, but on your deathbed, you still know. Maybe that hits even worse. Maybe that hits worse that you built a house of cards and nobody even knocked it down for you.
Right.
But that's what you lay on.
Right.
So yeah, that hard work and accountability, like it took me a long time to see like the value in it. Like I always took it to heart, but yeah, when you're just doing stuff you hate for the longest time and it's not fun, you're clocking in, doing multiple jobs, trying to get through school. Like it's a lot. And then, yeah, you're just like, when's my break? Can't think like that.
Right.
So that was kind of my breakthrough, is realizing you waiting is the worst thing you can do. Like don't wait for the break. Like, you got to make something happen. And then sure enough, it wasn't because I waited around, got an internship, a little bit lucky that somebody saw it, read it, but nonetheless, it wasn't me just sitting there waiting for it. Like I work hard, I'm accountable.
Yeah.
Where's my break? No, even if you're those things, you have to go out and still push even harder. Like what's that next step? Like every great person, there's just so much that goes into it. So I think just, understanding that can't just be hardworking, can't just be accountable. It's like using that. And then also using that as something like push yourself forward, like put yourself out there.
Right.
Yeah. I was just kind of waiting around too much. Big part of the chapter for sure.
That's deep. That's deep.
Yeah. Pretty honest.
Yeah.
There's a lot of it. Just painting walls. You got a lot of time to think. Tell you what.
No. Yeah. I know that's right. I'll probably say this year is probably one of the longest books.
You've been reading a lot. I mean, you did probably what you read, definitely.
Or this would be one of the longest chapters. I've definitely been learning a lot. And books are so interesting. I think the reason why I love books right now is because they add a bunch of different perspectives in.
Well, you get it really sharpens your critical thinking.
Yeah.
And your perspective, your sympathy, your empathy. It's like, I think it's if you read like fiction books, it'll really help you out with like empathy. Like nonfiction books, just perspective, different hard critical ways to think. But yeah, even like bad books are going to be good for you.
Yeah.
It's crazy how valuable they are.
Yeah. I'm reading a satire by C.S. Lewis.
Okay, yeah, another great author.
It's really bad. It's really crazy. I didn't realize what the book was about when I got it. I had it sent to me, and I'm starting reading it, and I was like, "What is this?" You ever start a book and not read the back, or like read like the what it's about?
Description.
Yeah.
I did it all the time when I was younger.
I just like open it up, like I'm like 2 chapters out. I said, "What is this book about?" Like I'm like, and so sorry if this offends anyone. It's about it's like from the devil's perspective.
Okay, yeah.
And so like it's like talking about like how it's like the devil talking to his nephew. So it's like a backwards perspective.
It's like that famous speech, "If I was the devil."
Yeah,
like that kind of
thinking. So it's like they strategies, but like, and then the enemy in the book is God. So like every time I saw enemy, I'm like, what? This doesn't make any sense because the enemy sounds good. And so it's like a satire, like it's makes fun, but also it's like adds like a very interesting perspective. So it's awesome. It's like what you said, adding reading things not that don't align with your morals, but are just a little different.
Yeah.
And this is definitely doing it for me.
It's like a zag. You get a good zag, you don't use that in sports all the time. It's like someone's gonna make a hot take, quote unquote, do a zag.
Yeah.
Every now and then those hot takes land and they're actually right.
Yeah.
So it's good to have that critical thinking even when you're pretty convinced on your own, mindset. And again, quarter century worth of wisdom here. So if you guys ever want to join in, 402-464-5685. I don't sit here and try to pretend like I know it all because like I said, I probably know a quarter, if that. I'm maybe being generous there. But yeah, I mean, it's been pretty hectic week as far as storms go, as far as Father's Day. We had Juneteenth as well, celebrated. Nelson Malone Radio Center did something with that as well. Before we wrap up this segment here, Brewington, where do you want to go with? We can recap the weekend, recap what we're looking forward to. We can talk about what has been a rough showing for the Dallas Mavericks tonight.
Yeah, definitely been rough. Definitely been rough. I would first like to shout out Adrian Martinez.
Yeah, UFL championship. Is it just the UFL championship?
Yeah,
MVP.
Yeah, and the UFL
regular season
MVP, and he got the trophy presented to him by Tom Brady.
Yeah, I forgot.
Like, that's awesome. That's legendary. So shout out Adrian. I think that's the last thing before we go to break. Just shout out Adrian and the great season that he's had. Hope to have him on here soon.
Yeah. We got a little bit more time left. Let's talk about this. Teams that fit Adrian Martinez. Because he's gonna have that conversation now. Teams it'd be stupid not to be interested.
Right.
Unless you got, just a loaded room. But
yeah, teams are already interested, I'm sure. I'm sure. Are they gonna see him as, kind of that dual threat? Can he go to the Ravens?
Yeah, like a Ravens seems like a good fit, but
can he go to the Eagles?
Mm-hmm.
That kind of skill set, that kind of offense.
Throw him with Harbaugh and Michigan and the Chargers.
Yeah.
I wonder what that'd look like.
Maybe 49ers.
49ers are interesting because I was doing the morning personnel, like top 10 quarterbacks. Is Brock Purdy in there?
Why isn't he?
Because this is the hard part, right?
He went to the Super Bowl.
Yes, he went to the Super Bowl.
Right.
Okay. So if you throw in a guy like Trevor Lawrence,
he's not putting that team to the Super Bowl.
Okay.
No.
Mahomes is pretty clear. I think he's the best quarterback. We won't talk about him. Josh Allen?
No.
Okay, really? So you think you put Josh Allen with that roster, they don't make it to the Super Bowl?
No. I do not believe so.
Damn. All right. I'm high on Brock Purdy too. It's just a hard judge for me. I got nothing.
I think that I just said throw. That's what I'm about to say. I think that system is all about making the right throw when it counts, making the right play, and not doing too much.
Yeah, 100%.
That's what that system is. And Josh Allen is the exact opposite. He's big play, explosive play, take a shot downfield, hit your one-on-one, do all this crazy stuff. When the 49ers system is simple. That's why Jimmy Garoppolo was able to thrive in that system, because it's very simple. Kyle Shanahan runs it's not simple by no means. I'm just saying the throws aren't these crazy complex throws. It's all rhythm, timing. It's all set up. It's all for these play action looks. I mean, most of the NFL is, but I'm just saying the management that the 49ers offense requires, only a few quarterbacks have that skill set. I'll say that.
That makes sense.
I think CJ Stroud could do well in that system.
Yeah, CJ Stroud too. Definitely another young guy. Aaron Rodgers. Brock Purdy or Aaron Rodgers? You're taking Josh Allen over Purdy. So I got to ask about Rodgers now. And we're assuming that he's coming into the season healthy, not limping.
You're killing me.
Yeah, the hard questions. The quarterback rankings is always a nightmare.
So are we talking about just in general?
So for the sake of the 49ers offense, you get to take that quarterback and put him with the 49ers because that's always probably going to be the better offense to be a part of.
Right. Okay. I'll go Aaron Rodgers. I have to.
Okay. Josh Allen doesn't get the cut though.
No. No.
I feel so bad for maybe I just like Josh Allen too much.
Yeah, I think there's there's an obsession kind of there.
Well, it's like if he gets a Super Bowl, like a lot of these, nobody's even thinking about it. But because he had to play Patrick Mahomes, because the one time there wasn't enough time because the rules wasn't there yet, he's already just disregarded. It's like, nah, he was never that good. He could never get it done. When in reality, I don't know, outside of Joe Burrow one time, no one's beaten the Chiefs. I mean, it's just proven they're just dominant.
Yeah. It's just I just say the way Josh Allen plays.
It is more explosive.
It's very explosive, and it's like a high risk. It's high risk trading with Josh Allen. It's like he can go for 400 and 3 TDs, and all of a sudden he throws 136, 1 touchdown, and 3 interceptions. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I don't really know what it's going to look like without Diggs.
The Bills are.
I don't know what they're going to do. And is Gabe Davis still there?
No,
he's not there.
Their wide receiver. This is going to be
Keon Coleman. I know that.
Yeah, it's gonna be like when Mahomes lost all his receivers and people were doubting them. So this is a good year for Josh Allen.
I don't know if you can compare that
in terms of like the talent. This talent is by far and large not even close to what he had the year prior.
But this is what I'm saying though. Mahomes is able to manage so well, although he is a risk taker. He manages the game so well that it doesn't even matter who's with him.
Well, that's what I'm saying with Josh. It's gonna be interesting.
I don't think Josh Allen operates that way. I think he's a guy that needs a go-to guy.
We're gonna find out then.
We are about to find out.
This is gonna be a good season to find out what Josh Allen is really made of when those targets aren't nearly as open. Because as good as Gabe Davis was, he still wasn't like a premier wide receiver, and you don't even got that. You don't even got that anymore.
Right.
So a lot of your deep threats are gone.
He was probably a mid-tier secondary receiver.
Third string.
Yeah.
Probably put him around there. Most teams he'd probably be your third receiver.
Yeah.
Some teams too, if they're really struggling out there. But yeah, it's Josh Allen's gonna be interesting to watch. You're taking Lamar Jackson, right? Over Brock Purdy.
For what?
Still doing the Brock Purdy thing before we wrap up.
For 49ers.
Yeah, they're
49ers system.
49ers system.
Yeah, I'll take Lamar.
Yeah, I just think you get Christian McCaffrey, Lamar. It's the same
Yeah,
argument.
I would just
Derrick
be
Henry.
dumb. I would be dumb to do that.
Yeah.
I'll take him. I'll take Brock Purdy over Jalen Hurts.
I'm okay with
That's
that.
fair.
One. Yeah, I'm okay with Jalen Hurts. I just don't know what it is with that team. The part with the Eagles, they lose their offensive coordinator, they lose their defensive coordinator in the middle of the season. So it's a tough read. I don't know how much of that was Hurts' fault, but he didn't impress me a whole lot. Okay, we'll throw one more tough one at you, and I'll just ask you straight up: is this a top 10 quarterback? You mentioned C.J. Stroud. Is he top 10?
5?
Top 5.
Yeah.
Give me your top 5. Mahomes 1.
Mahomes 1. Lamar 2.
I'm good with that. I think Joe Burrow's still up there. I'm
over Purdy.
Yeah, I think I take Joe Burrow.
I go Purdy 3. I go C.J. Stroud 4. Burrow 5. Allen 6.
All right. I can't hate the list. It just the Purdy surprises me a little bit, just because I do think that offense is incredibly that well. Now I'm with you. Who was the quarterback? The former Cam Newton talked about he's just a game manager, not a game changer. In that case, like, yes, he's doing exactly why would you be a game changer?
Right.
When you have that game plan and offense in front of you. But yeah, we can definitely dive more into that. And if you guys ever want to join in, 402-464-5685. This is What's Brewing, Chancellor Brewington, the host to my left. Harrison Arns on the 1s and 2s. Don't go anywhere. We got 2 more segments on the other side.
Home is your empire. Protect it with Empire Fence. Get a free instant quote with the online estimating tool at empire-fence.com. See an upfront estimate with no hidden fees. An Empire Fence can provide privacy and improve the appearance of your home. Keep kids and pets in or out of your yard. Increase security and add value to your property. Visit empire-fence.com now to view the stylish and maintenance-free possibilities for your home and get a free instant online quote. Let Empire Fence protect your empire.
Without a strong IT partner, your business ends up overspending, underperforming, wearing too many hats, complicating your work, and more. Applied Connective Technologies can help with experts in every facet of technology. If it plugs in, powers on, or charges up, they're your people. Imagine being able to call one team for all your technology solutions rather than a village of vendors and providers. For all your needs in managed IT and cybersecurity, phone systems, physical security, infrastructure, and audio or video, head to appliedconnective.com to better your business today.
If you want to make new floor shopping easier, come to O Street Carpet. Hi, I'm Steve Carper. Our flooring professionals can help you choose the best flooring for you, your family, and your budget. We eliminate the confusion. Even better, you'll be enjoying your new flooring much sooner. No 6 or 8 week waits. We'll install right away and save you money on installation. Floor shopping made easy every day at O Street Carpet.
O Street Carpet.
1732 O Street. Family owned and operated. Always the best value.
You already know that Select Plumbing takes care of all your plumbing needs, including water heaters, faucet repairs, leaks, drips, sump pumps, and more. Now, they're able to help you with your heating and air conditioning as well. Select Plumbing has recently expanded into residential heating and air, and they're excited to bring this new service to their complete list of plumbing services. Call to book an appointment today at 402-560-6197 or go to selectplumbinginc.com, serving Lincoln, Seward, Milford, and the surrounding areas.
Hey, baseball fans, join the Blur Tailgate at Hilton Omaha this June for our 12th annual hospitality event during the College Baseball Championship Series. Book an experience for your clients or employees with an inclusive bar, buffet, TVs, music, and tailgate games. Secure your spot today and let Blur Events take care of all the work so you can enjoy the day. Plus, we're just steps away from Charles Schwab Field. Visit blurevents.com to book your group, buy tickets, or learn about sponsorships. That's blurevents.com, your college baseball and football tailgate destination.
Have a passion for the outdoors? Nebraska Game and Parks is seeking seasonal teammates. Work in scenic state parks, contribute to vital research projects, and care for our natural spaces. Seasonal staff assist with special events, provide customer service to outdoor enthusiasts, and make a difference for conservation. Join the adventure at outdoornebraska.gov. Apply online today. Paid for by Nebraska Game and Parks. Aired in cooperation with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Old School with DP and J.
Everybody's going to focus on his intensities and antics. I think he would be just fine because Billy Donovan is doing well, right? And he's intense as all get out. But how do you think he would transition to the NBA as a coach? And then also, what does this tell you about the Lakers?
93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. The captain, Vershawn Jackson.
I think the plan is to go bigger at corner. You got to have bigger corners in this league because you got these receivers. You got to deal with Ohio State receivers. And I'm not saying small corners can't get it done, but small corners have to be extraordinary, right? They got to jump higher. They got to do things that bigger corners might not necessarily have to do. So, I mean, losing Ethan Nation, it's kind of a blow, but when you got to get down in scholarships anyway, it's not, man. They got to have their best guys, man.
Alcohol has strained our relationship. Drinking too much can cause harm to friends, family members, and loved ones. By drinking less, we will save our relationship. If you or a loved one is looking for help, find a treatment facility near you at findtreatment.gov. For immediate support, call, text, or chat 988.
Brought to you by Nebraska DHHS in partnership with SAMHSA.
With the Planet Fitness Black Card, you don't just get a great workout, you get a great perk out because your membership is packed with perks. For $1 down and $24.99 a month, you'll get perks like access to any of our 2,400 clean and spacious locations. Bring a friend anytime and both work out with tons of equipment that'll give you that big fitness energy. Relax in the Black Card spa and more. Work out and perk out with the PF Black Card. Join for just $1 down and $24.99 a month.
Hurry, deal ends June 14th. Join now, online or at your local PF Club.
See Home Club for details.
Your home is your empire. Protect it with Empire Fence. Get a free instant quote with the online estimating tool at empire-fence.com. See an upfront estimate with no hidden fees. An Empire Fence can provide privacy and improve the appearance of your home. Keep kids and pets in or out of your yard. Increase security and add value to your property. Visit empire-fence.com now to view the stylish and maintenance-free possibilities for your home and get a free instant online quote. Let Empire Fence protect your empire.
Without a strong IT partner, your business ends up overspending, underperforming, wearing too many hats, complicating your work, and more. Applied Connective Technologies can help with experts in every facet of technology. If it plugs in, powers on, or charges up, they're your people. Imagine being able to call one team for all your technology solutions rather than a village of vendors and providers. For all your needs in managed IT and cybersecurity, phone systems, physical security, infrastructure, and audio or video, head to appliedconnective.com to better your business today.
Back to the Ticket weeknights on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, welcome back in. Ticket weeknights. We got the NBA Finals over our head here. Dallas is down 67-86. Could be the last game of the season as we're looking at potential NBA Finals winners. First time for Jason Tatum. Despite 67 playoff games, this might be his first NBA title. With that being said, though, if you guys want to join in again, it's always open to you. 402-464-5685. But I'll throw it over to the host, Chancellor Brewington.
Yes, sir. So I had a question during break, and I thought it would be a nice little segue. I'm sure it'll be a rabbit hole we go down maybe. But this is for both of us to answer. So if you got a 5-star recruit coming into Nebraska right now, kind of on the edge, I seen there's some big time recruits. I don't know their names, but big time recruits look like Nebraska, kind of in their head. So what is the pitch that you're giving them? Now that you got all the facilities, you got everything, you got, like, are you talking about what the season could be, or you just stating what you have?
I think you state what you have and what you're building towards. Like, I think the first thing you got to do, and you can tell me if I'm dead wrong, you can talk to me about my recruiting visits, is like, I'm not going to lie to you. right. Like, I'm not going to lie to you.
Most folks do.
That's always the part that I'm like, but and all those folks all those people keep their jobs most of the time.
Right.
Like, in my way, it's like the best way I'm going to get this player not only to trust me and stay here, is if I can't sell him on a lie. Especially if we're talking 4 or 5 stars. Like, I'm going to give you NIL money, and I need to make sure you understand you're not getting the keys to a Lamborghini, right? Like, you're going to come here. You're part of fixing this. Yes, the facilities are here. You're going to have the fan base that's better than anybody else. And if you are the group, if you're actually that person to lead this thing around, I mean, you might get a statue.
Yeah.
This place will love you and adore you. And if everything goes awry, you can get a job back in Lincoln. Like, that's how loyal the fan base is. They might even give you a CEO job just for what you did on the football team. Like,
that's right.
The sport's crazy, but yeah, I think you got to sell them on the truth.
Yeah.
And right now, the truth is a good thing. Like, we do have some of the best facilities. We do have the best fan base. It's just the product on the field, and we think you're a part of fixing it. And that's why we need you here. I think that's what you got to sell them on.
Yeah. Yeah. That's good. That's good. I think you do start with what the culture is, what we're building. And I feel as if the coaches at Nebraska, I won't say names, but the coaches at Nebraska are very particular on who they pick. It's not like we just want the best guys. I think there's a component to where we want the best guys that can fit this culture.
Right.
Yeah.
That have that drive in them too. That's not just coming in as the best to sit on the sidelines and go play when the game starts.
But also it's the players that are able to be like formed and bended. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, that's every great football program.
Right.
There needs to be some sort of,
because they don't mess around there.
No.
Like, they don't play no games. Yeah, they don't play no games in there. They don't play no games. So you definitely got to be transparent about that part. Like, look, like I need someone who's gonna be very coachable, but also, like, if you're coachable, we got all this stuff for you. Like, we got all this stuff for you. Like, literally, like, you ain't never gonna go without here. You're gonna have an abundance of everything. You're gonna have more than enough food. You're gonna have more than enough gear. You're gonna have more than enough
best rehab
money
available too.
Rehab. You're gonna have more than enough everything. You're gonna get more than enough love out in the community. Like, but you got to be able to be coachable and you got to be disciplined. Because I mean, yeah. But I just thought that was interesting. Like, where would you go with pitching to a 5-star? And I wonder what, on a ranking system, if you're a 5-star recruit. I wasn't 5. I was only a 3-star. But what is your top 5? Is it in a ranking system? Is it money, then facilities, then culture, then, because I would be interested to hear where the culture lies on the top 5.
Where did it land for you? And obviously, you don't have to factor in the NAL part, which makes it easier.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
how important was the culture?
Mine was a little different, but I would say
we use it to sell this place a lot. Is why I'm asking.
Yeah, I would say like 3, 2-ish, 3-ish.
Okay, yeah,
it was like 3, about 3. Yeah, mine was, if I'm going like playing time. 2 was who I'm getting coached by, like my position coach, and then it was kind of culture, and then facilities, then like resources, accommodations.
Okay, now throw NIL in there. So you are getting paid.
Okay, so now I am getting paid,
and then it could be number 1. Like, that's the thing. I don't hate any of these kids for thinking that.
Yeah, no, that's where it gets real. I would say where playing, I would say the top tier of the school would be number 1. Tier of the school, if I like where I would see myself on the depth if I can play early.
So tier of the school, you mean like Power 5?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Like a big school.
Yep.
Big
Conference.
school.
Yep.
How early can I play? Who I'm getting coached by. Actually, now in Power 5, you can't think like that.
Yeah.
Because there is in and out. And then I would probably say money. I'll probably say money after that.
Yeah. That's fine. I think it's glad it's not the most important thing.
Yeah. And then I'll probably say resources. I mean, like facilities, resources, all that stuff. And then, I mean, that's a bet. I mean, obviously my position coach and if I gel with the coaching staff and stuff like that. But as far as money goes, like, you have to throw that up there. Like if let's think about it. If one school says, hey, look, we don't really got much, but you gonna play right away. And then we say, and then there's another school, bigger school, and say, look, we got all this bread for you, but you probably gonna have to redshirt, and then you got to fight for a job. Maybe year 3, you might get some tick. Who are like, which one you gonna go with?
See, this is to me where money's like wouldn't be the first thing,
but the money will trap you though.
That's what I'm saying. Give me the fit first.
Yeah.
Who's my coaches and what is this team? Like, does this team fit what I want to do?
Yeah.
Because the money will follow if I can thrive in my role, then the money will follow it.
Yeah.
Now I'm not going to leave it out completely though. There's got to be some guaranteed, but I think I'm probably going fit first. But yeah, money, it's still going to be that second or third thing I fall back on.
Yeah, I think it's tough for players nowadays to decide how on the coaching dilemma, because position coaches, they change
a lot.
They get washed like some dominoes. You know
Well,
what I'm
we're
saying?
lucky to have Tony White again. Just his second year here. We're lucky to have him.
Exactly. And you think about Nebraska before Coach Rule. It was
The
Coach
rotating door.
Lubick. I think
Coach
there's
Riley, Coach Lubick. I can't remember all the OCs we went through.
Coach Whipple.
Yeah, that's right.
All these different OCs with these radical different changes to the system. So if you say, yeah, I want to get coached by this dude, he has a great system, and then he leaves your first year, now you're like, the sky's falling.
Yeah.
I'm never going to make it now because that coach left. So don't make I'm not speaking to, I don't think there's any 5-star recruits here listening, or any recruits listening tonight, but if you are, and you can phone a friend and let them know, but don't pick for position coaches, because those change. But if you go by culture of a head coach, knowing like a coach like Coach Rule just got there, he's probably going to be there for a while, minimum 4 or 5 years.
Yep. I mean, his wife's got a business down here as well. So, I mean, hopefully, you
Right,
have seen
right,
this.
right.
But, like, I always say this, like, the Mike Riley case, like, I think he just stayed at a hotel.
Yeah.
Like, that to me, like, nothing against the guy. Like, maybe he
So
really
he
wanted
stayed at a hotel.
It tells me it's not permanent.
He was a Holiday Inn guest.
Like, if you're doing that, it tells me it ain't permanent. Like, you ain't really thinking
Oh,
long
he
term.
actually did stay at a hotel?
If someone could correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm almost confident.
Oh my God.
Yeah, like it wasn't, maybe it was an Airbnb, but it certainly wasn't a permanent residence of any sort, which
it was a month-to-month thing.
Hey, you're a head coach at college level in particular. Maybe that's a smart move. Maybe that's like, hey, let's quit buying houses, because I end up living in those houses and then having to turn around and become a real estate agent by accident.
Yeah, maybe he's just locked in.
Yeah.
Maybe he's just locked in. He just liked to be in the hotel setting.
Hey, nice guy.
Never get comfortable.
Whatever works for him, turned out to be a pretty jolly fellow. But yeah, just so much turnover. How much does the alumni play in a part? Because I know those conversations happen with alumni. It's something in Nebraska you hear argued about, maybe too much, maybe too little. The alumni reach, do they have enough voice? Do they have too little voice? How much does it actually factor into getting elite recruits, or just any recruit, into the building and committing?
I would say recruits nowadays, they care about the recent alumni.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you got, Cam Taylor Britt DMing you, that going to mean a little bit more, in my opinion.
I think because they're direct plugs, they're still in the league. Yeah. They're going on the route to the NFL.
Right.
It makes sense.
Right. It'll be just different than, a guy who played in the 90s.
Yeah, you can't ask Farley about twisted ankles because different game. Shout out Farley. Listen to the captain.
Yeah, listen to the cat. Go listen to the captain. Oh my goodness. No, but seriously, like I think the recent alumni, the guys that are in the league, the guys that just finished playing there at Nebraska, or just any school in general, I think that's what holds weight. When you see those guys coming around, when you see those guys still being supportive, involved in recruiting a little bit, when we need a big time recruit coming through, I think that's special.
NFL experience on the coaching staff, where does that value, or not at all?
Meaning, if they coached in the league?
Yeah, if they got some NFL experience. I wonder if that's more of like a quarterback 5-star QB situation, like Lincoln Riley, where it's more like this is a head coach who's gotten a lot of quarterbacks to the league.
Yeah.
I think maybe it matters more depending on position.
I'll say this. When Whipple came in and he had this resume of coaching in the Pro Bowl, coaching Ben Roethlisberger with the Steelers, definitely was like, ooh. But then I'm not saying he was a great coach.
Yep.
But then you have Coach Sean Beckton, where he didn't coach in the league. He coached UCF for all these years. And just a phenomenal tight ends coach. I would say at the time, probably top 20 in the nation.
We had some elite tight ends.
Yeah.
Him in charge. Absolutely.
Yeah. So I would just say, that being said, like the NFL stuff matters. It doesn't, if you can coach, you can coach. And if you can't, you can't. So it's all about the information that you have as a coach, being able to get it to your players and allow them to apply it and process it in a way that they understand it. Okay. And if you can't do that, then you're not a good coach, no matter if you was in the league for 20 years, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And there's a lot of, I was talking to an alumni from Nebraska who played in Super Bowls, played in the league for a long time. And he was saying, it's so annoying when you have a coach who's never played before and he's telling you a certain type of technique. And then you ask him, hey, can you show me? Hey, like what about this scenario? And they don't know nothing but the paper. They don't know nothing but what the paper says. So I think there's a fine line of a good coach, but a coach that's been there before as well. If you get a coach that played in the league or played at college at a high level or has the actual has the bumps and bruises to be in the scars to say, oh, I've done this before, that's something different. I think that's what players respect.
Yeah, that goes a long way. Otherwise, it takes like a ridiculous win-loss record.
Right.
Like it takes something.
Yeah. It's like a saving thing.
Yeah, where it's like I don't even care. Like you're just clearly built for this.
Or it's who you coached.
That's very important.
Yeah. So if you're the quarterback coach at Ohio State when Justin Fields, JT Barrett, all these dudes came through, like, okay, well that holds some weight.
Yeah.
But then does it really though?
I think it does. Yeah, because I mean, it's like, okay, it's I brought up Lincoln Riley earlier. It's like, okay, you got a resume of getting guys to the league, and if that's part of your plan, then it absolutely makes sense, despite what their resume look like.
Right. But imagine being Alabama's wide receiver coach from 2017 to 2022.
Yeah, I mean, if you're not getting guys into the league, you're not doing your job.
How can you mess up a Calvin Ridley? How can you mess up a Jerry Jeudy? How can you mess up Devontae Smith? How can you mess up Jalen Waddle? How can you mess up? I think that's it.
But like, how many fast guys do we see where they do mess it up? So that's also part of it where I give those guys credit, because we see a lot of the great athletes have something happen where they don't meet their full potential. And especially, yes, they get a lot of the great athletes, but they deliver almost every time.
Right.
So that still holds weight to me. It's like, yeah, not only you're giving the best talent, but you deliver. So that matters something. One thing before we go to break here that I think we left out, how important selling the parents. That's probably one of my biggest beef. It gets me really frustrated when, there's a scandal that happens between coaches and players, because your number one job as a coach, protect the player. I'd imagine that's the thing you sell the parents on. Like, I will take care of your son/daughter. Like, I will make sure they're taken care of. I'd imagine to your mom, it was absolutely important that this is a good fit for you.
Yeah.
Like, when you're selling not only to the athlete, but how important you got to get the parents, like, know that this is a good spot, good fit for him.
Yeah, I think I would believe that across the board, every parent wants their kid to go to a college that they feel comfortable in. Now, what's interesting is the NIL aspect. It's like a consistent. It's that independent variable that's always different between each household, and the demand on how much money they need in that current moment right then and there. So that's going to be very different. But I would say it's definitely important for a coach. That's why you want coaches that can recruit. If you're a good coach, you can recruit, and you can recruit at a high level. So
absolutely. With that being said, we'll go ahead and throw it to break here. We got one more segment, What's Brewing with Chancellor Brewington, as the Mavericks are still down, but I think almost 20 points here as they are down to the Boston Celtics. You might just run away with the NBA Finals tonight in Boston. So don't go anywhere. One more segment. Like I said, we'll talk to you on the other side.
Hey kids, what are you getting your ever-loving dad for Father's Day?
I know, a motorized monster truck. How about the new Taylor Swift album? You would love it.
Yeah, I'm sure. How about something from Osted's Golf? Name brand apparel up to 50% off. Strixon balls at crazy deals. And Dad's always love an Osted's gift card.
You have been putting a lot of balls in the water.
Not after my custom fitting. I'm smashing everything.
You're good at that with a monster truck.
Shop Osted's Golf for Father's Day.
The Osted family would really appreciate it.
Hi, my name is Molly Party. I'm a realtor with MP Dodge Real Estate. I'm a newly licensed agent and considered numerous brokerages before deciding on MP Dodge. I chose the company that gives me the most support in my new career, plus guidance and encouragement along the way. MP Dodge has a unique mentoring program for new agents. It's helped jumpstart my career and has a supportive management team and administrative staff. So if you're contemplating a career in real estate, look no further than MP Dodge. It will be the best decision you make.
By now, most of you know how important the Honda of Lincoln sales and service team are to the Lincoln market. Hello, Charlie Stone here, and joining me is Andy Goodyear from Honda of Lincoln to tell you about the great news they just received. Andy, please tell us all about it.
Each year, the Lincoln Journal-Star has an award program called the Lincoln Choice Award, where the customers in Lincoln get to choose the best places to do business. Great pleasure I get to announce that Honda of Lincoln has won the award for buying new cars, used cars, automotive repair, and even oil changes.
That is amazing, Andy. Any more good news?
Yes, there is, Charlie. We now have more than 100 new Hondas in stock, with hundreds on the way, and a huge selection of all makes and models on our pre-owned lot.
Incredible. Maybe it's time you come experience the Honda of Lincoln way of doing business. 27th and Yankee Hill Road or online at hondaoflincoln.com.
The 31st Annual Testicle Festival, Saturday, June 15th at Round the Bend Steakhouse, just off I-80, exit 426. Swing out 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. for music, fireworks, and of course, nuts. Visit roundthebendsteakhouse.com for more.
Load up on meat and more this summer at the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese at 84th and Haviland. This week's special through June 11th is buy 3 ribeyes, get 1 ribeye free. Also, $1 off all brands of crackers. Locations at 84th and Havelock and 30th and Yankee Hill in Lincoln, or 168th and Maple in Omaha. Get to the Mercado today for the best meat in town. For over 15 years, Integrated Life Choices has empowered individuals with disabilities in Lincoln and throughout Nebraska. They provide comprehensive services from group homes and independent living services to job training, ensuring fulfilling lives for those that they serve. Now, they're inviting you to join their mission. If you're passionate about making a difference in the lives of people with developmental disabilities, explore rewarding career opportunities with them. Learn more about their services and apply today at www.ilc.net. Be a part of Integrated Life Choices, where your work truly changes lives. You don't think about your roof very often, but you should never take it for granted. Roofing Service Company takes every measure to provide you with the highest quality roofing solution. Whether it's a new roof installation, roof repair, or a re-roofing project, their overall goal is to provide you with a pleasant experience and a long-lasting roof. If you have a need for siding or gutters, they're your place too. Visit roofingservicecompany.com for more info today.
Keep summer green with Judson Baleen and Judson Irrigation. More than 40 years ago, Judson Irrigation started taking in orphans. Lawn sprinkler systems installed by a quickie, cheapy summer job, install them and forget them outfit, long forgotten. Call Judson Irrigation. They'll never forget you.
Keep summer green. Call Judson Irrigation 402-420-6277 or judsonirrigation.com.
93.7 The Ticket is proud to provide listeners with daily opportunities to win contests and prizes on our airwaves, and would like to take this opportunity to remind you of a couple rules. All participants must be 21 or older and must wait 30 days after winning a prize before participating in another contest. Once you win, you have 30 days to pick up your prize at the K&TK Studios, 1040 O Street in Lincoln, or your prize will be forfeit. Thank you for participating in our contest, and thank you for listening to 93.7 The Ticket.
Empower a child today with the Teammates Mentoring Program. Hope is only a conversation away when you choose to share your talent, time, and heart with a child. Together, you can build a relationship based on strengths and chart a brighter future, 1 week at a time. Find out how you can be a mentor by visiting LincolnTeammates.org. Become what you needed as a kid by joining the Teammates Mentoring Program today.
Constructors is now hiring for all positions, with laborers starting at $23 and up based on experience. Constructors has immediate job openings for laborers, mechanics, bridge builders, operators, and drivers. Start your new career today. Constructors offers great pay, health, dental, and vision insurance, paid time off, paid holidays, and so much more. Join the crew today and be a part of Nebraska's oldest paving company dating back to 1908. For a complete list of openings and to apply online, visit constructorslincoln.com.
Network Partners in Lincoln reminds us throughout the history of our country, our armed forces have risked their lives to protect our freedom. They and their families have sacrificed so we can live in peace, and not just us, but our children and grandchildren as well. Let's thank our troops and veterans and keep them in our prayers. May our troops be safe and may God bless America. This from Network Partners in Lincoln. We live in the land of the free, thanks to the brave.
Back to the Ticket weeknights on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, welcome back in. Wrapping things up here on Ticket Weeknights. Harrison Arns on the 1s and 2 as Boston's looks like they're going to close this thing out. 3 minutes left in the game, 106-85. Very good odds here that Tatum, Brown, and company hoist their very first NBA Finals trophy. But let's go ahead, throw it back over to the host, Chancellor Brewington. We got about 3 more minutes before we get out of here.
So Jason Tatum got 31 right now.
Yep.
3 minutes left in the fourth. They're going to finish this game out for sure. Jaylen Brown has 21 right now.
Mm-hmm.
And you see Jason Tatum, he's
trying to take over.
He's trying to take over right now. And why is he trying to take over? He wants that Finals MVP.
It's not his.
It's not his, right?
No, not even close.
Yeah, it's Jaylen Brown.
It's Brown.
Hands down.
Yep.
So where
almost Holiday, but he threw up a stinker in the last game.
Right. So where does this go now for if you're a Celtics guy, if you're running the Celtics dynasty, is Tatum your one? Is Jaylen Brown your one? Who's the one in the Celtics?
I think it's still
team?
Tatum. Regular season will tell you Tatum, hands down.
Right.
Postseason will tell you Brown, but it's kind of like if you were looking at the Nuggets with Jamal Murray in the playoffs and being like, this is Jamal Murray's team.
But this is what I'll say. When you get that trophy, things change.
I don't think it will. Those guys' respect for each other is so insane.
I'm not saying between them. I'm saying in the media. Things will change. He's going to get more endorsements. He's going to get more commercials. He's going to be a louder name. He's going to get more follows, more clicks, all these more views, all these different things. And the chatter is going to be there. That Stephen A and them going to talk about this same question tomorrow. Tomorrow they're going to say, is Jason Tatum the one or is Jaylen Brown the one?
I'll talk about anything.
Yeah. Do you hear them? They talked about how LeBron was fouled for starting the podcast with JJ Redick because it basically forced the Lakers to get away with Darvin Ham.
They did like 20 minutes on it.
I'm like, dog, like JJ Redick still worked for y'all.
I know.
Like he still works for them.
And it was like, I want to say it might have even been like a 30-minute. It was a long segment.
Yeah, it was on YouTube. I think segment I saw was 22 minutes.
Yeah, sounds about right.
I'm like, dog, this is crazy. But no, I really would be intrigued to see. I'm trying to remember the last time we kind of seen this with a 1 and a 2 superstar. The 2 wins the Finals MVP. Obviously, we have Shaq and Kobe, but
that was the one I was going to think of. But other than that,
I wouldn't put that on their level. I'm sure the Spurs maybe did Ginobili win one,
always,
maybe.
Yeah, but it was always clear it's Duncan.
Yeah, it's always Duncan's team. So it's going to be interesting. The dynamic will change. I'll tell you that. In some way, shape, or form, it will change.
It changed.
And you disagree.
I don't think it's going to change a lot. If there's one thing that I feel like I've learned from Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown is how much respect they have for each other. Like I've never seen a group of 2 players talk this nicely about each other despite everything bad and good. You could go through all the Eastern Conference Finals, banging your head in the wall, would not turn on each other. Talk about offseason trades.
Just wait.
Now that they got a ring, they turn on each other. It's
I'm not saying turn. I'm saying the dynamics is going to. There's going to be a shift.
Yeah, I don't think there's any dynamic change. I think these guys are locked in. Now, I'm not saying they repeat. I think if they're playing the Denver Nuggets, I still think that's one of the better teams.
Let me ask you this: we start the season off next year. Jaylen Brown getting all this love, all this attention. He doing at the parade this week. He's the one giving the speech, right?
Yep.
He's the one giving the speech. Now, fast forward to next season. They start drawing plays up for the last shot, all this different stuff. And they draw them up for Tatum. Jaylen Brown ain't gonna feel no type of way. I'm the Finals MVP.
I think with the way the Celtics look at it,
nobody's gonna feel that type of way.
You listen here, Brown. We're not here with this awesome regular season record without me, brother. Don't forget. Don't forget what I was doing in the regular season.
I can't wait to see it though. That's gonna be interesting.
I think if there is any sort of dynamic shift, it doesn't hurt the team. I'll put it that way.
It forces more competition.
It forces more competition. Maybe it's a net neutral. Maybe it's a net negative. But if it's a net negative, they adjust it and they get back to where they need to be. I'm really impressed with the Celtics as a whole. Like you don't see any selfishness on this team. You really don't. It's one of the few teams where you have a big 3 in Brown, Holiday, and Tatum, but they're all kind of on like equal ground. Like you think of the big 3 on a lot of other places, they're all clearly there's your 1, here's your 2. Someone's making a hard sacrifice at 3.
Now, what if Jaylen Brown takes a crazy jump next year?
Crazy jump? Like, yeah. I think if he becomes the one guy, Tatum doesn't throw fits. I think he would be the number 2, as long as it means they can stay together and win.
No.
I'm not a Celtics fan. I've just listened to these guys enough to hear the wild amount of respect they have for each other.
He forcing shots. He wants it so bad.
Oh, he wants it so bad.
He wants
it bad, but he's not getting it. It's too late.
Not getting it.
It's too late. shout out to Brown. It'll probably be his trophy at the end. Maybe they do a wild card. They give it to Holiday. But again, after his last game's performance, I don't think he gets it. It's going to be interesting to watch. Looks like the Boston Celtics are going to be the 2024 NBA Finals, and that's going to wrap it up for What's Brewing with Chancellor Brewington. You can always go back on YouTube, rewatch in case you missed anything, but we're going to get out of here. Appreciate you guys listening. We'll talk to you guys again tomorrow night at 8 p.m.